What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the pot stock rally that has been on a crazy uptrend since the start of the year. We're going to go over my favorite stocks in this sector, as well as how to play them over the next coming year, okay? We're going to go over a little bit about the news that has made this movement continue to go up and what also needs to happen in order to continue this uptrend and how to not get burned on this. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss this. Guys, for those of you that were interested in joining the private trading community that comes along with tons and tons of training videos from, stock analysis to the fundamentals, technical analysis, all right, and how to read companies and stocks and balance sheets and so forth. Guys, click the link down below. All the information is there. There's a bunch of members already joined, and we're super excited to kind of, grow this community. So take a look at it. Let's get into it, guys. First off, okay, it says right on this article right here, pot stocks rally on renewed hopes for near-term legalization. Guys, this was one of the sectors in November when Biden was elected into office that I thought had a huge opportunity to grow. Okay, we know that the left has always been pro-legalization, as well as we saw the green energy sector, okay, of EV vehicles and so forth take the rally. Well, the marijuana stocks have, taken that next train. Okay, so let's take a look at this article a little bit, guys. I'm also going to go over how to play these because it's important to know that while these stocks are trending up, it's also, the catalyst behind the companies, the growth of the companies that need to kind of align with that or else the stock is going to fall, okay? So cannabis stocks soared on Wednesday amid new hope for near-term legalization. They've been soaring. President Biden and the Democrats have indicated they aim to decriminalize the drug at the federal level. The CEOs of Tilray and Canopy Growth, which are one of the two major companies, however, they are located in Canada, okay, said Tuesday they expect legalization in 2021 or 2022. Pot stocks have thrived in 2021 as Democrats control the government and boost odds of legalization. Joe Biden indicated during his campaign he would move to decriminalize the drug, which is also even more of an incentive now, okay, that we need those tax dollars, okay, and they're going to help the states help all the states at the state and federal level, okay, which is huge, okay. Let's get into what I think are my favorite ones. One's a little bit different. I don't hear a lot of people talking about. It's Organi Gram, okay? Sales and EPS are expected to grow at 64 and 320%, leading to a bullish reading. OGI stock is up over 77% in the last month. Take a look at it. I believe it's at a five and change price point. I could definitely see this going up a couple extra dollars. All right, all of these plays, guys, are going to be, either long-term or short-term plays. And what I mean by short-term, I mean you get in and get out within a day or so, or even less than a day, okay? And I'm going to go over all of why, my reasoning behind that, okay? Let's take a look at Tilray. Tilray shares surged nearly 40% on deal to import and distribute medical cannabis in the UK. Shares of Tilray rallied on Tuesday after the company said it struck a deal with Grow Pharma to import and distribute its medical cannabis products in the United Kingdom. That's huge. That is a huge, huge contract, which is awesome for that company. We also know that they are merging with apha, okay? And I want to... apha has been on a crazy tear, guys, as well. And, it says, is the stock a buy after its potential merger with Tilray, okay? Guys, read this article. It came out a couple days ago. It's on Yahoo Finance. You can literally Google it and check it out. But last month, apha announced a merger with Tilray in an all-stock deal likely to close in the second quarter of 2021. After the merger, the combined entity will generate $874 million in sales, making it the largest company. That's awesome, okay? And however, they won't be able to enter the highly lucrative U.S. market unless marijuana is legalized at the federal level, which we know that those two would be huge, huge contenders once it is legalized. So pay attention to that news to be coming up. Another matter of concern is the negative profit margins of both Tilray and apha. Now, guys, let me explain to you, okay, back a couple of years ago when marijuana got stocks took a huge interest, again, the problem with these companies is that it costs so much money to invest into them and to get them running that they run at a negative operating cost, okay, NOI, and to negative level for a long period of time, as well as a lot of these companies were popping up and the demand for it wasn't there because of the legalization restrictions behind it. So a lot of these companies are in the negative and are not producing positive results, which means when earnings come out for them, that's when they're going to dive, really harshly, okay? So historically, the buyer's stock price is negatively impacted in the short term after an acquisition or merger take place, but over the long term, the stock price gains momentum if the combined entity manages to benefit from cost synergies and produce a diverse business that consistently increases shareholder return. I also said this about the EV SPAC stocks, such as Switchback energy acquisition. Okay, but that post merger, a lot of these stocks, they tend to take a bit of a dive. So if you're going into it and you know when the merger is going to happen, be cautious of that. Does it always happen? No, but it's good to know what happens in history because it tends to repeat themselves. Okay. Lastly, next we're going to talk about Canopy growth. This has always been a high flyer. What's important, what I had said about this company's operating in the negative. All right, their CEO says it expects positive adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization in the second half of 2022, which is good, which means eventually they're going to start making a profit, which is what is absolutely needed. Okay. Last one I'm going to talk about, guys, which is one I invested in today. I did a very, very small play. I got in it, I want to say around the $2.10 mark, and I got right out of it at $2.30, which is awesome. It was a 10% play. Remember, if you can make 10% plays, it takes 7 of them to double your money. That's all you need. Okay. So this one is Sundial Growers. I kind of laugh at this article because it says with 69.2 million daily shares traded, which is getting to be a very high one up there. It says, do not buy Sundial Growers. Okay, one of the 10 most heavily traded securities has a chance to avoid being delisted. All right, and this article goes and basically gives you a background of the company, okay? What the IPO happened. Shares have plunged 93% since the August 2019 IPO, as everything that basically says that this is a terrible, terrible, terrible company to invest in, okay? They're not producing profit. The only good thing in news that I read in this article was that it says this individual, whose background includes executive stints at Coke and Molson Coors, touted his background as being a reason to be confident in Sundial's future. Okay, they brought him on. Who knows? But other than that, this article just totally bashed the stock. However, I also want to say too, Sundial's revenues have been shrinking as its losses have remained elevated too. However, this stock had a huge momentum basically because of buying power, guys. It is okay to invest in companies that are moving so long as you don't chase them. Okay, if they're already up, that 200, 300, 400% in such a short period of time, you be careful. All right, think about what the entry point is going to be. All right, we look at the chart at Sundial. Let me shift back to this. We look at the chart at Sundial. It's at 266. We look at some of these right here. 120% in 5 days, 305% in a month. Pay attention to that, guys, because that's very important, especially when there's no sales or catalyst behind this. However, it's the movement. All right, and now we know as after investing in the stock market for as long as I have, which is not crazy long. I'm only 31, but I started for when I was about 15. You've seen that the stock market begins to shift, and now it's momentum and hype that is the number one of the highest drivers into why stocks are growing. It's not really, they're getting a little bit away from like the fundamental and earnings and revenue and so forth. So this is not a bad play, guys. You could definitely make some money on this. If you're holding this in the long term, you're looking to swing trade this, expect the 20% down opens and so forth. That's it for this video, guys. It's going to be intriguing to see how the next basically 3.5-4 years play out with the Democrats controlling the Congress, and we already know what their policies are. So it'll be interesting to see the sector grow, and I expect it to grow. I just think it's a bit of a pop right now. Make sure that I always say that you make money on the buy and not on the sell. So always make sure you feel comfortable and confident in your entry point. You're not chasing stocks. Okay, if you see that chart begin to crazily spike up, you're not buying when it's already up here. There's plenty of other plays out there. So don't ever get caught chasing a stock. Sometimes I swear the percentages of me doing it are not nearly as much, but I still do it. We're imperfect as humans, so just try to minimize the losses, minimize the risk as much as you can, guys. That's it for this video, guys. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.